this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way. Throwing now is Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers wanted to post for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers at the D1 level. Went to junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round. And had to sit behind that far for a few years in Green Bay before getting a shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
First and 10. Now the man from UTEP. This is
No,
Aaron
no,
Rodgers.
no,
Lines up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's now 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the second down.
And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. The 40 out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They moved it well, but here's 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On is the punter Scott here as he kicks this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hit it off that time on the run pass option.
It appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady game.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 82 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They won it last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football. 1-on-1 to try to expression 1-on-1. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. And make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is fine. Turn it up for a little bit of a gamble. Let's open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Brings up 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 4th down. A gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Intercepted by the Texans. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. At the 42-yard, the first down carry here for Johnson. And a big game that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They check the ground on first from Johnson. And he'll force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Watson again. This is Johnson.
I know the speed is a hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to commercial defense is stopping your linebackers at the edge.
This is close. It's close. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 9-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat in the driver to get it to 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. Their first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So a decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies and unable to get it done.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start with the option. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Running for the gun, Johnson. And a scratch on all of that yard into the 32. The Texans touch crosses to challenge it to the game. They try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't bounce much. And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That's definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh 7 downs and continue to move the ball. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The first defensive back taken this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. And that one was nearly picked. Not trying to accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, and again, that hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. 42 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. In some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
15 yards on the play, first down. Rodgers going to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. To throw again. Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back Aaron Jones that time. And it's 3rd down. Brings up 3rd down and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Ross Blacklock in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling that action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I didn't have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to do it. Pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it's silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly that leads to play action sack. Throwing one incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. That'll bring up second down. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 45 on 2nd down, Watson, and he's got room. Touchdown, Houston. David Johnson in the final seconds of the first half, and the Texans will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. DeAndre Carter returning it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 34. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into the second half blowout material. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 23. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Pick up of 11 and the Texans 1st down. But lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
It doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling the business of the line of scrimmage. They're dominating right now on this drive.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time was a pretty one-play interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I honestly think they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive.
Under pressure of the Texans, able to get in there for the sack. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting into the ground. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Incomplete to Lewis in the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a bad game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to come down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Completes it left side to tight end Lewis. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes us 2nd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. His throw incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
Bradley Roby on the coverage defensively.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And from behind, it's going to be driven down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Back now at Lambeau. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Texans take over with excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how
venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. It's a first down on a gain of 10. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. It continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Hey, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Texans add on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. Now, okay, I'm going to be facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. 42-yard line. On first down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's one they hate. The ball's going to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out and then to start over after the ball.
Looking outside, he's got a man. It's Lewis. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up second down at the 34-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. That will be brought down at the 48-yard line. Or the evolution of the game and how these guys at plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does. And we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practice now. It's not necessarily, oh, we just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It's the Wisconsin native and former Badger, J.J. Watt. Picks up his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. From the guns, Rodgers.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just a race that usually everyone's going to be shut out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's a first down.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback. That was no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still not the day. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give credit for that. 2 little, 2 late, but no 0.
Not very nice.
Very nice offense. It's going to score. That extra point up and good by Crosby as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Carter now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. He breaks through another tackle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Again, it's Johnson. Still churning. And some room to maneuver.
Missed.
This will not go down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
First down, Texans.
On first down, Johnson. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Today's final score,
Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called